Golf is a strange game. Just when you think you want to quit, it treats you great and makes you realize why you love the game. But when you think all is well, you suddenly can't find the hole to save your life. In this video today, we will take a look at a few of the worst golf holes in the United States. So keep on watching, as you clearly do not want to miss out on this. Whistling Straits, 18th hole. The 18th hole at Whistling Straits has been nicknamed Diabolical after designer Peter Dye. And just in a short time, the 489-yard par 4 has quite a reputation. The hole requires the player to hit short off the tee and play a long shot into the green, or hit an aggressively long tee shot, leaving a shorter approach, but risking hitting tricky dunes and bunkers. The hole during the 2010 PGA Championship also saw Dustin Johnson's dreams die after grounding his club in a bunker. The hole also took another victim in Bubba Watson after he landed short of the green during the playoff, eventually won by Martin Kamer. Crystal Springs Golf Club, Hamburg, New Jersey, 11th hole, par 3, 186 yards. Large greens with various pin positions make each day different. At Crystal Springs 11th, your day can mean the difference between a playable hole and one that isn't. The butterfly-shaped green presents 4 distinct hole locations, and 2 on the wing nearest the tee, and 2 on the hidden back wing. Now, each pinnable quadrant is only 1,700 to 2,200 square feet, which makes this target golf extremely hard, even though front hole locations leave reasonable shots of 140 to 160 yards. But everything changes when the pins are back. The tee shots must carry around 180 to 190 yards over a lake, and the balls that don't find the correct quadrant may not have a direct putt to the hole. Golf players trying to navigate from the front section of the green to the back will need to pitch the putts over a stone outcropping. International, 11th at Old Head Kinsale, par 3. This is a pretty imposing par 3. It looks spectacular and mightily challenging. It is just that. You can't afford to make any errors on this hole. Every part of your game, from driving to putting, needs to be precise. The proper club selection is a big part of this hole. Overhitting the ball is a real danger. If you do so, you'll have to contend with the rough and the long grass. The course is also sloped with plenty of hills. But getting your ball lost for good by overhitting it into the sea is the real danger on this hole. If that wasn't enough, there are also the standard hazards, bunkers, and ridges. United States, 12th at Augusta International, par 3. The Augusta National is a course of beauty, but you will only spend a little time focusing on the sights in this hole. This hole is a beauty as it was designed to test the best golfers out there. It's a par 3 and is 155 yards. It might seem pretty straightforward, but seeing as it's Augusta, it will be more complex than it sounds. You've got to be precise with everything on this hole. There are bunkers, pines, and Rays Creek. Then there are the swirling winds, which would make avoiding these hazards and getting a par 3 an incredibly tough ask. Lake Chabot Golf Course, Oakland, California, 18th hole, par 6, 673 yards. Par 6 holes are tricky by nature. They're sometimes the result of the architect trying to make a statement to the bridge unwieldy sections of a site. Now, this is the former is the lake at Lake Chabot, and where after 17 holes, the initial designers around 100 years ago, and by intention or a malfunction, found themselves on top of one of the property's highest points with only one way back down, which is straight. Even though it nearly covers 700 yards, the distance is mitigated as the hole drops about 250 feet. Now, after teeing off, golfers feel like they're slaloming down the mountain, which if they are riding in carts because the path performs different switchbacks, and crossing the fairway 5 times on the descent as if skiing. The only thing missing in this scenario is snow. This par 6 could become a par 4 if golfers can strategically use the cart paths to catapult their ball further ahead. Regardless, a stiff après golf drink should be waiting once they make it to the bottom. United States, 6th at Olympic Club, San Francisco. Many top golfing events take place at the Olympic Club in San Francisco. That's because the course is pretty tough, but the 6th hole at the Olympic Club stands out. The course is a picture, but is also mightily challenging. It can present an extremely infuriating and incredibly rewarding day out. The hazard of this hole is that the fairway is tree-lined. You've got to be precise using your 3-wood to get onto the fairway. Then there's a strategically placed bunker hampering your approach to the green. Even Tiger Woods has fallen prey to this bunker in the past. Nabnasset Lake Country Club, Westford, Massachusetts, 3rd hole, par 5, 456 yards. Par is an arbitrary construct. Golf scores are the sum of the hits it takes to complete all 18 holes, regardless of the par number. This out and back hole is labeled a par 5 as it offers players the psychological comfort which reaches the green in 3 shots is normal. It goes from a narrow passage to a tight fairway with out of bounds trees along the right. The drivers need to travel at least 200 yards to get a look around the first corner, and the next shot is a hard right turn about 100 yards to get past the trees at the second corner. Now this leaves a 130 to 150 yard shot into a tiny pitched green, and hopefully avoiding wayward drives coming in from the parallel 4th tee. A few architects think the only way to design a true 3-shot hole is to add length, but the Nabnasset proves otherwise. United States, 5th at Pinehurst, par 5. This par 4 is 475 yards, but even a lot of pros struggle to need help on this hole. When it was first designed, it was actually a par 5, but it was soon changed to a par 4, which explains why many find this one of the world's most challenging holes. Every shot needs to be hit with absolute precision, but it's the approach shot to the green that most people find the most challenging. A long iron must be used to hook the ball onto the green. You do well to avoid the trees and the bunkers. Lake Junaluska Golf Course, Waynesville, North Carolina, 14th hole, par 4, 295 yards. Short par 4s give players from the Rabbit to the Tiger a chance to score well. The best asks the player to hit some bravado drive, which goes with danger to set up an easy method or even get to the green. The Lake Junaluska's short 14th can be played conveniently but not so excitingly with a 200-yard drive and short pitch. Also, it will be a sporty little hole if overhead power lines don't cross directly on the ideal trajectory, which threatens to swat drives out of the sky. Still, the real fun is cranking one 230 yards directly over the tree-lined hill between the tee and blind green. This might be an interesting risk-reward hole, but the rules allow an automatic re-tee if balls hit the power lines. To be fair, the lines didn't exist when the hole was built in 1919, and the company surveyors who established the power line easement weren't really golfers. International, 18th at the dunes at Shenzhou Peninsula, Hainan, China. Hainan is a resort that's developing at a rapid pace. Part of its development as an attractive resort is designing a world-class golf course. Tom Weiskopf was entrusted with this task. He carved the course out of the local indigenous flora and the dunes alongside the coastline. The 18th hole plays fast and it plays long. The rugged, there are bunkers and also plenty of rough to slow your game down. Gazing out over the spectacular vistas across the peninsula will give you some respite though. The rugged dunes combined with the swirling winds from the ocean wreak havoc for golfers on this hole. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. If you liked today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to always be updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon in another video.